Monster Bear Productions.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Monster Bear Productions. I'm here with Angel, Begay. All right, yeah, folks out there listening, if you're not watching in, tuning in, she did a peace sign, so bringing peace into the world again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, how you doing, Angel?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I was just relaxing, winding down for the evening and talking to my Ray fam.
All right. So you said talking to
Yeah.
the fam.
My Ray family.
What's that?
Like the festivals like EDC and Lost Lands, Ultra, um, Escape Halloween, like the EDM scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a family, they're my Ray family. So
Oh, okay. So you're a
yeah.
raver.
Kind of, sort of. I don't do the whole lights and like the whole shuffling thing. It's more of like the music I listen to mainly is like dubstep and
Mm-hmm.
like the more deep bass type stuff that has
Right.
like the whoops and the wonks and they're usually called like the headbangers because they just kind of just it's basically kind of like a metal show but without the metal.
Oh, really?
So yeah, there's like mosh pits there and
Whoa.
people headbanging against the rail, and it's just pretty chill.
Yeah.
I went. I used to go to like a few underground raves. I haven't gone to any major festivals yet, so yeah.
Underground raves, huh? So I know they
It's
had
basically
underground.
like, it's basically like secret raves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I used to when they used to have them, but they kind of faded out here. Um, I know there's some in Albuquerque, but I haven't really gotten much into it
Right.
um, over the past 5 or 6 years. So I just kind of stepping my feet back into it.
Right.
Yeah,
All right, get yourself some lights and you'll hit the rave scene again. I want to see you in some lights.
with
I mean,
some
I thought,
I can't do the whole gloving thing or whatever they
yeah,
do. I can't
I,
do that. My
I thought
fingers
it
are
wasn't a
like
rave.
uncoordinated.
I thought it wasn't a rave until you have lights. Of course, there are other
Well, I
things,
got
but
my LED lights here, so
what? You got your LED lights
yeah.
there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have LED lights in my room. They wrap around my room.
What? That's
So
cool.
when I play music, it goes with the music.
Mm-hmm.
So it changes colors every time like the music happens.
Right.
So it's like my own little party fortress here.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because
Hello.
I'm like, yeah, so because I have like these two huge sound towers.
Mhm.
So they're really big. They're like, I don't know how tall they're. They're pretty tall, and they give out some pretty good sound and some pretty good bass. So I'm always playing music, and I'm like my neighbors. I'm pretty sure our neighbors hate us. So
Oh, they should be
yeah,
getting down too with some rave parties. Invite them over one time. They probably love it.
yeah, okay. We'll see. But they haven't came over and complained yet. So maybe
Right.
deep down they're kind of jamming out.
Yeah, they probably are. They're like, oh man, she's not playing tonight.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, it's kind of weird. She's not playing tonight.
Right. Oh
No,
damn, I
I
invited
pretty much just
everybody.
listen to like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
That's,
really anything, but I hardly listen to country. That's the only thing. So
you like country music?
kind of, sort of,
Yeah.
every now and then.
I like who? Like Tim McGraw.
Yeah, like Tim McGraw or like good old Alan Jackson
Mm-hmm.
and
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken, some Chris Stapleton. Just like some little bit of country here and there. Not
Right.
all the time. Every
Right.
now and then.
It's representing Wu Tang Clan though. I see you.
He was in the Wu Tang Clan though.
That's what's up. Some of the
Definitely.
shirts coming back in style again. Wu-Tang
Oh
Clan
yeah.
shirts. Yeah, I remember it was big popular back in the day.
Yeah, they have the acid washed ones. Well, not acid, it's like the bleach washed ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I want one of those. I was like, dang, I should have grabbed that one instead, but they didn't have it in my size, so I said it with the solid black with the yellow, so I was like, classic.
That's all right. Bring it back. Nothing wrong with the classics. Though. Never failed the classics, especially Wu-Tang.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, like, how's everything been, like, for you, wise, during like this whole entire pandemic era stuff going on right now?
It's been okay. I've been working this entire time,
Hmm.
so I'm lucky enough to keep my job and continue my work.
Okay. Sweet. So, what do you do? Like, what's your job entails?
I work at a childcare, so I work at a daycare,
Hmm.
and I teach 1 and 2 year olds.
Okay.
Um, I
Teaching the
spend
future.
pretty much teaching the future,
Yeah.
teaching winners is what I tell them. So they, I always tell them, like, if you want to win, you got to try harder. So everyone, everyone at work calls them my jock squad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, oh, here comes Angel and her jock squad. I'm like, yeah, y'all better recognize. No,
But
but they're pretty cool. I love those kids. They're my everything.
all right.
They're they're funny. They're silly, and on Fridays we usually do like I usually throw like a little glow party with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
we have some
future
glue,
ravers.
pretty much, pretty much. Yeah, my mom always tells me, she's like, they're gonna look back one day and be like, I had a teacher growing up. She used to throw raves in her classroom. Yeah, my classroom is just like colorful. Yeah, I have a wall specifically just for them, and it
Mhm.
says Picasso would be proud, and it has all of their free art on there where we just like have paper and they draw whatever or they want to color whatever, painting or throwing glitter on something. So
All right.
yeah, so
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty tight. Teaching
yeah.
Picasso. That's very inspiring too. I guess that
Hmm.
look back on that too. To like, oh, this is a
Yeah,
pretty cool teacher.
yeah.
Right.
It's pretty fun. I love it. I love that job.
Right. So every how do you feel about this? Everybody's a winner thing. That like you tell your students that you gotta try harder to be a winner. Do you think that has any
Yeah,
effect on them?
sometimes it does. Sometimes they're like they're very, for 2 year olds, they're very verbal. They're
Mm-hmm.
very vocal. So I always tell them, like, they're always racing each other and wanting to win, and then sometimes they throw fits. And I always tell them, I was like, it's okay. I go, that just means you need to try harder.
Right.
So when we do that, they kind of just like, you can see that they're wanting to try harder.
Right.
And one of the kids, he's always like, well, okay, I'll try harder. And um he he keeps trying, and then he finally won a race, and he was
Right.
just so excited. He's like, I won, I finally won, you lost. So I was like, okay, well, you don't have to gloat about it.
This is moment to shine. Let it let shine.
I was like, well, good job. I was like,
Right.
and now everything is a race with him. Every time we go and get paper, he runs back to my classroom and he runs in the door and he stands by the door and he goes, I won. You lost, Miss Angel. I won. I'm like, and then when I win, I do it back to him and he's like, that's not nice. So
It's only cool when I do it.
yeah, exactly. He's just like, it's only cool when I do it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
But
do
I
you,
try,
do,
like, I just tell them, like, it's okay. I mean, it's okay if you lose, but at least try harder to try and win.
right,
You don't always have to win, but that should just show you that you need to push yourself, you
right.
know.
So do you think like him losing whatnot built character for him trying actually harder?
Oh, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think because he was just like determined after a while. Like, he wanted to try, and um, at one point he started crying, and we sat down and we talked about it. And that was when I was like, he's like, okay, I'll try harder. It's like, okay. It's like, well, it doesn't have to be today. It can be later. It can be whenever you're ready, buddy.
Mm.
And he's just like, he goes, okay, all right then. And then he just like walks off and goes and plays with the other, forgets about what just happened, and then just like goes and plays with the other kids.
Right.
So yeah, they're just they're just full of love. I try to teach them about like saying about like I love you and being nice to your friends, so that way they can grow up with that type of mentality of like just being nice to everyone
Right.
that they meet, instead of just like
Man.
automatically just being like mean to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I was raised. I was raised like that. I was raised to pretty much greet everyone with open arms and
Right.
to love everyone. So just how I was raised.
So what brought you to the teaching field?
Um, I've always wanted to be a teacher.
Mm.
Always, whether it be where I'm at now or teaching kindergarten, because in high school, that's I took early childhood education,
Mm.
early development in high school. So I would shadow a teacher at a different elementary school my senior year. So I shadowed a kindergarten teacher,
Oh, okay.
and I love kindergartners because they're so honest, and they'll just tell you everything and anything, and it's just like they're just becoming their own person more and
Right.
more. And I just love seeing kids develop at that age, just becoming their own person and their own personality, having their own opinions. But
Right.
yeah, I've always wanted to be a teacher, like
Right.
ever since I was a kid. Like, I want to be a teacher.
Hey, look, you got that teaching spirit about you too, you know.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what's up. So, you got to attend like any kind of outside school, like college or anything like that, to become.
I have some college, but I had to drop out for a bit because I moved out of my mom's and moved in with my ex. So,
Mm.
but I am planning on going back to school later, but I was actually thinking of changing my career field to like physical therapy, or going into like chiropractor for youth and infants, because you don't really see a lot of that around here.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know they do that with youth and infants.
Yeah, they do.
Uh,
I've seen a few videos, and then I remember I went with I heard about one of my old friends took her daughter to her chiropractor, and he popped her nose and just a bunch of boogers just came out. So
what?
I was like, ooh, that's kind of intriguing. I want to try
Yeah, it's kind of intriguing. Boogers came out. I'm intrigued. Let's go investigate some more.
that. Yeah, exactly. I need to know exactly how you do that,
How you do
because
that?
I get clogged too.
All right. Yeah, you never know in the future. You clear out your sinuses.
Exactly, clearing out your own sinuses.
Right? Did you ever
Yeah,
figure out how to
so
do that?
no, not yet.
What?
I'm just like, I'm still trying, but it's kind of scary.
Really?
Because it's just like you have to pop things, and I'm like not used to that. Like, I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out, and then I'll find a way, and then we'll clear out the sinuses.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So like I heard that you like you're into like a little bit like weightlifting, powerlifting kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. I grew up around it.
yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa, my dad's side, and my uncles, they're all into weightlifting,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pretty much like the only girl, the oldest only girl in the family, that hung around them. So I would go with them to the gym, and then they showed me like how to lift and um, different techniques and whatnot. And then I just kept doing that. That's pretty much all I know. And then my mom's a runner, so she forced us to run when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up on running, and running and powerlifting, running and lifting weights was my like one of my things. But after a while, when I got older, I was like, I'm tired of cardio. Like, if I don't gotta do cardio, I'm there.
Right.
But the funny thing is that I do love to hike, so like I have to love cardio in a way because I love hiking. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I grew up around around weightlifters and whatnot. So
That's that's like the craziest thing though. Like I feel like you gotta find a cardio that's good for you. Like like
yeah,
hiking, like you said. Like if you enjoy hiking, then that's excellent hard cardio. So why don't you just do hiking instead of doing sprinting or running around the track? Like try to make it fun as possible.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because no one really truly loves cardio, and I even runners love cardio.
No. Oh, my mom loves cardio. Are you kidding me?
What?
She like yeah, she loves it. She loves cardio. She runs before she goes to work.
She
She's
should
like, I
never.
put in she's that woman can run forever if she wants to, so she's like Forrest Gump.
She's like Forrest Gump. That's cool. I just felt like running.
Yeah, that's exactly how she is. And I'm just like who does that? Yeah, we were like that too as kids. It was like, oh, we just want to go for a run, and we
Mm,
join her for a run. But she's got some marathons and half marathons and like little like
mm,
running things under her belt. So
uh,
yeah, so she's done some miles.
really? She never
Yeah,
wakes up in the morning sometimes before she go run and look at her shoes like I don't want to do this and do it anyway.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes she has those days. She has those days where she just doesn't want to do it, but she wants to because she's gonna feel restless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's where you get your like your unstoppable will from, huh? Your mom.
yeah, I think so. Pretty much. Just
I mean, that's
keep
pretty cool.
going, and even if you're tired, just keep going. So
All right.
yeah, I
that's,
usually am too.
that's pretty cool. Like, have you done any meets with the weightlifting wise? Like, or
No, I haven't. I was about to start. I was gonna join in on that, like figure out where I can go, and then like this is like 5 years ago, so I'm gonna have to get back into shape and everything,
mm,
and um, build my body and whatnot again. So build my muscle, rebuild everything because it's like 5 years in a relationship, and then it's just like I just lost my motivation to continue it.
mm,
Yeah, so it was. I'm trying to get back into it, and but with the gyms closed and everything, I only have like 100 pounds worth of weight, so I'm just like it didn't really help me there. So
oh,
all
it'll
I
be a
can do is
start to
just keep
get you back.
going. Huh?
It'll give you a start to get you back.
Well, the gyms are closed here,
Yeah,
so
I mean, with the 100 pounds of weight
yeah,
you got.
yeah, yeah. It's 100 pounds, and it just feels. I don't know. Like my main thing is my legs. So my
Mm,
legs are my strongest part because I can. Hands
wait,
are they're getting there.
how strong? How strong?
Well,
Like strong
I
legs?
can. My personal record on my deadlifts is like 200 pounds right now,
Okay, okay,
and then for my squats is about 200, and on my leg press it's about 450.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not bad at all.
yeah, I'm pushing some heavyweight there.
All right.
Yeah, but that's why I joke. I'm like, I'm all legs, guys. Don't even look at me.
I'm all legs.
And
That's,
some of my
that's,
friends are like, "How come you don't train your arms?" It's like, 'cause I don't want to look like a triangle. It's like if I favor my arms, I'm gonna look like a triangle, but I need to work my legs too. But
like, you
yeah.
don't want to get that V taper?
What's that?
The V taper for triangle?
Oh yeah, the triangle or the Dorito chip.
Oh, zero chip?
Yeah, I see some guys at the gym that are like that. I'm just like, you guys ever work? Do you need help working your legs or what?
Oh, you talking about chicken legs. I got you.
Yeah, they got chicken
Okay.
legs, chicken
Uh,
legs, like a
okay.
triangle. You know, they're
Yeah.
top heavy and their legs are
Uh,
like chicken legs.
oh, I got you.
Yeah,
All right. All right. Like one of those yield signs. I got you.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see
Like
what you're
all
thinking
top.
of. For sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So yeah, you should totally try to get back into that if you want to. If that's something you want to do, like get back into into some tournaments and whatnot. Get a world record going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning. That's one of my
But
goals is to see some competitions and
mhm,
for some world records and hold some titles. So
yeah,
get
there you
into
go.
that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. So, other than everything other than like the schooling pandemic, how doing school and working there and whatnot, and that's pretty much the same. Has anything else during this pandemic kind of changed, or like
Nothing
for you?
really. It's just more of like I don't know, just we don't really we didn't really like go out as much, you know. We just
Mhm,
kind of stayed home and only went out when we needed to get things, but it was pretty it didn't really change us as much.
mhm.
Um I live with my mom and but it didn't really change like our lifestyle or the way we live and much. The only thing that was added on was just the mask and
Okay.
having to wait. Other than that, we just kind of stayed home.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on the mask?
I don't really mind it. Honestly, I don't, you know, and um it actually we have to wear it at the gym, so but that actually helps me out because it helps condition my lungs and
Mm, yeah.
control my breathing, you know. Yeah, so it helped me out with in that part. So that way my glasses don't fog up when I wear a mask.
Right?
So
Oh yeah, that's the struggle too, especially how it's getting colder out there right now. Glasses
yeah,
always,
so I'm just like gotta control my breathing. Can't be breathing like can't be breathing super heavy. You gotta control that. But yeah, other like my I don't know, my mom has I know some people are using like them having asthma
hmm
to not wear the mask. My mom has asthma and she's she's fine. She wears her mask all the time and um she does perfectly okay and I have like a mild claustrophobia, but I do fine. We do fine in the mask.
Yeah.
So it's just mind over matter, you know.
You think people are using that as an excuse not to wear the mask, or
Yeah, it's kind of like okay, well, they have delivery for groceries or you can do drive up delivery.
right?
You know, it's not that hard. They don't have to stand in line or go into the store. Um, it's like these stores they made like different alternatives to help people out going, you know. And I feel like people that have asthma or like health issues need to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
You know, if they're so paranoid and they don't want to wear the mask, you know. But I honestly don't find a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it on, keep on walking.
Yeah. Kind of throw it on their face.
Right?
People are like, "Oh, you got something on your face, just pop it on."
All right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, social distance. Got to be 6 feet apart. So you got to throw it on. You got like shot
Right?
put it a
Just
little
slingshot it.
bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Slingshot it to people.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. So, so, got any thoughts on the climate that's going on right now?
On the what?
On the climate, like what's going on in the nation right now between, people just protesting everywhere. Everybody's kind of it's getting a little bit wild out there in
Yeah.
modern day society.
Yeah, it is. It's getting pretty wild. And, like the protesting, that's always been around. You
Mm,
know, there's no stopping that. There's no telling people that they can do it because they're practicing their rights, and that's freedom of speech. And I was at one of the protests um, back in June.
June,
I
okay.
think it was like June, May or June. It was like it was. I know it was hot, and we had to wear a mask outside. And my one of my uncles is a really big advocate. So I pretty much took what he did during his protest and applied it, and told my mom and my sisters what we need to wear and whatnot, and
Hmm.
an escape route just in case shit goes sideways. And well, it went pretty good. It was the Black Lives Matter movement that we were at.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were there and
Was that
showed
the
our
one in
support.
Albuquerque?
No, that was one in Farmington.
That was the one in They had one in Farmington?
They had one in
Really?
Farmington.
Uh,
It was like it wasn't. It didn't go crazy because the cops were actually standing with the crowd,
okay.
so they weren't against him, but
Hmm.
they were with the crowd.
Okay.
So it
Did you
was.
guys run into any anti-protesters?
There was actually a few. There was a guy that threw a beer bottle at us.
What? You threw a
Yeah,
bill bomb?
yeah, a beer bottle. My sister almost picked it up and threw it back, but I told her, I was like, you can't cause a riot. It's like, if we're trying to
Oh
do a
yeah.
peaceful protest.
Uh,
And she didn't. She didn't. She just kind of kicked it away and just continued on. And it was just like, you guys, we gotta. The way I see it is that, like, if we're gonna protest against something like the Black Lives Matter movement or the missing and murdered Indigenous women's movement, we have to lead by example and
mhm.
be the bigger person and not fight back, and cause a riot. It's like, if we're going to be peaceful, we're going to be peaceful. But I do understand that sometimes there are going to be those anti-protesters and police that's going to go against it, and try to antagonize people and push them and push them and push them until they retaliate back. And then, oh, I'm going to play the victim. They
Mhm.
attacked me. And it's just
Uh,
like, it's hard, trying to
yeah.
keep your mouth shut when something like that is going on.
Right. Uh,
And it's sad.
yeah.
It's really sad what's going on, and it's just like no one's really taking any effect into it. They just think it's like, oh, we're gonna go to this protest because this is what a trend's going on. It's like, no, this
Hmm.
has been going on for years if you actually pay attention.
Right. I just,
It's like it's like, did they not see what happened? It's like the whole protesting didn't just start overnight.
hmm.
It's been going on since like the Charleston,
Right.
and since like Martin Luther King, and since the American Indian movement, AIM. You know,
What's that movement? I never
that's
heard that movement.
basically like, it's like I never really got like a full explanation for it, but it's just more like American, like all the Native Americans being together
Okay. Okay.
and just like uniting and in partnership with like other protesters
Okay.
and fighting for humanity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the you say the murder of a indigenous
The
people?
missing
Huh?
and murdered Indigenous, missing and murdered of Indigenous women.
Mm-hmm.
That one is pretty much has been around for years. Right now, I think the last time when I was told there was like over 5,000 missing and murdered Indigenous women, all across the United States and Canada.
Okay. Well, it's like due to like what, like trafficking, like a serial killer, or
Trafficking or
mm,
just people just being sick and wanting to take Indigenous women and
yeah.
do whatever, and it's scary because you never know what's going to happen.
So,
You
so
never go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead. You said you never.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Like you could leave home, don't even know if they're going to come back.
Mhm.
And it's like it's it's scary and it hurts, because it's our Indigenous women,
Mhm.
that's going missing, that's going murdered. And it's a silent fight that's been going on for years. And it's it's very heartbreaking, to know that your people are, especially the women, are being taken advantage of this day and age.
Mhm.
And people are thinking that, oh, genocide hasn't happened in years. No, it's still going on. It's still going on. There are places on the reservation that still don't have running water or electricity.
Right.
So it's it's very heartbreaking,
Right.
you know. So to know that like your people are like you can't really help them, you don't know how to help them,
Right.
you know. And the most you could do is just like try and be there for them and give that full support, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So, so this movement's been going on for a while. You right?
Yeah, it's been going
So
on since like the 80s and 90s. It's been going on forever.
because I never heard of this, and this is
Hmm.
it's like it's this is literally the first time I heard it. And it actually started to touch me. I'm trying not to cry right now, but it's kind of touched me a little bit because
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
it's a
a
very
yeah,
emotional topic to talk about.
yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm sitting here like this is wild. Like I didn't know that Native Americans are like going through like getting missing like this like all the time, and just like over like we see over 5,000 or more, like
Yeah, and it's
not
because
every
of
year or just.
it's yeah, every you never know, it could be
Hmm.
every hour, every minute, every
Whoa.
second. You never know what could happen. It's mainly because like people the way the media sexualizes Native Americans, especially the women, with like the costumes and
Oh, okay.
um, the models wearing the headdresses and just like the poor representation and the sexualizing of it. And like every guy wants their Pocahontas, you know,
Okay.
and they just kind of chase that fantasy, and it's scary, you
Right.
know. So it's just that's a it's a pretty deep topic.
Yeah.
Needs some pretty deep research and whatnot. So
It's
yeah,
it really you don't get like hear like most Native Americans speak about this. I mean, like on TV wise or news wise. I mean,
they try
like
to, but
really, because
mm,
all the only thing I heard was the pipeline that was trying to run through from Canada. I remember hearing about that, but that's the last thing I
mm,
heard. And of course, heard about the football team. The Washington football team, and then also I heard about some other stuff, but that's pretty much about it. I never heard of the topics you're talking about now. I never. never heard any of this stuff. And he said
Yeah.
they've been brought up. Like, have they met
Usually
Senate
they've
at all?
been.
Leaders?
I remember one point someone, I can't remember where, but I saw it on Facebook. I can't remember where, but
Mhm.
they were in a news interview and they were talking about the Black Lives Matter movement, and the lady was asking questions, and he was also bringing up the missing and murdered Indigenous women's movement. And
Uh,
after that, they just kind of cut him off.
are they
Yeah, so
are they trying to keep it like what? Because it wasn't selling, or they're trying to?
I have no idea. They don't really talk about anything like that. Like the Dakota Access Pipelines, that
Mhm.
one was a short story,
Yeah.
you know. And when you look over there, when you look at the where they were at the pipelines now, they're what they were trying to avoid is the oil leakage.
Hmm.
And there's already an oil leakage going on.
There's already
So
one going on right now.
yeah, there. I don't know if you want to look, you can look it up, but yeah, that's the last I've heard is that there was an oil leakage
Hmm.
into the river.
That's gonna
Yeah.
gonna
So
devastate a lot of stuff.
yeah, that's what they were trying to avoid with that. And on top of that, it was on like reservations, so the
Hmm.
treaties and whatnot. So it's just like a whole politics and just like government um, legal issues that goes on there. Of like fracking on the land and whatnot. So
Right.
yeah,
Uh,
it's just
Have there
it's crazy.
have any like leaders went up to Senate and talked to like the Congress? I know there was like one time there was, but has it been
Yeah.
any recently or?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked up on that topic yet again.
Hmm.
So there I'm probably gonna have to look it up and see again, like just to double check on that. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Uh,
Yeah, it's been a minute. I know that we're trying to, and bring up all these issues
uh,
because it's just kind of roll with the punches, I guess, and try to live in harmony and just not sure. It's a pretty
uh,
sensitive topic,
uh,
you know.
but I don't know. I feel like this would be like kind of hurt. Maybe this can actually start. This can go. People can actually, when the people who listen to this and whatnot can like start looking into this stuff even more and actually can get the word out. Because I think the biggest thing is the
Right.
word's not getting out. Like you were saying
Hopefully,
before.
yeah,
Good.
hopefully, it's like hopefully people actually start to try and help and make a difference,
Yeah.
you know.
I, and I think the biggest problem is people don't know. Because I think, like you're saying, that either they shut it down or people turn a blind eye because um, it's not like they feel like it's not a big issue. And since the population was like kind of wiped out, especially for Native Americans, like very,
Hmm.
very sort of all scattered all over the place, and then
Yeah.
so it's hard to get like a whole organization going, like to show that this is what's going on, and these are without like I guess like Anglo-Saxons kind of part of America, just kind of shutting
Yeah.
it down, So um, it's it's pretty wild because it's like literally the first time I'm hearing it. And I'm like, wow,
Uh,
now I want to like look into all this stuff, and I want to see what's all going on because this
yeah.
is crazy,
It's the truth about America is a lot darker than what people think it is.
Yeah, how so?
Basically, it's like the Declaration of Independence, for example.
Hmm.
That was written against Native Americans
Really?
to defeat and pretty much kill the merciless Indian savage. Is how they worded the Native Americans in the Declaration of Independence,
Really?
and how they basically minimalized the reservations and they take the people from the reservations, the kids, and force them to go into boarding schools and pretty much um, make them kind of forget their own language. And people say that, like, oh, this happened a long time ago, this happened a long time ago. My mom remembers it happening to her when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to speak her own language in
Yeah.
boarding school. So it was very recent, and I remember I went to um, a boarding school for a while, for like, it wasn't that long, and you still weren't allowed to speak the language in the classroom. Outside of the classroom is fine,
Yeah.
but you weren't allowed to in the classroom.
Right.
So it's just like it's still going on, the oppression and whatnot against the Native Americans is still going on,
Right.
and all the way to the point to where some, like, we're still fighting for to get our land back. They say the land is ours, but it's actually government federal owned,
Really?
so they can pretty much take it back anytime they want to.
Really?
Yeah, it's the numbers, the reservations are just all government owned.
They are? I,
Yeah,
I
so
thought
like
I didn't know
how,
that.
yeah, so it's a whole ordeal. It's like a 2-day conversation about everything that's going on. It's
Uh,
just
Give like a brief synopsis of what's going on. Exactly.
basically right now on my reservation, Navajo Nation, from what I remember is they still have like open uranium mines,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't covered up, so there's like radiation exposed, and that's poisoned the water to where they have to go travel somewhere else to get clean water. And one of the they're just trying to work they're trying to, like, in Flagstaff there's a San Francisco Peak, and there that is kind of like sacred to the Native Americans, to the Navajos to be exact. And they're using dirty recycled water to make snow up there. So they're trying to, my uncles and his friends are trying to, they've been protesting against that ever since I was a kid. It's been going on for years, and same with the uranium. They've been fighting that for years too, and the fracking on the Navajo Nation, just like, it's just more of like trying to make them understand that we're human too.
Mm-hmm.
That we live there too. My grandparents live there. My family lives there, and it's just like they're just treating it like it's their own dumping pool.
Okay.
Like they just frack on there. They take the oil, they pull up uranium, they take fossils, like they just do whatever they want because they just want to. And one thing I remember is where my grandma lives. She lives by a canyon, and it's near Monument Valley. But um, I remember my mom telling me the story about this pottery that sat up. Like, the canyon was huge, and my mom was telling me about this pottery that was sitting up in the ledge. She said that no one could climb to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just sat up there. And one day there was a helicopter that came and took it.
Really?
And that pottery is sitting at the um, Mesa Verde National, the museum there.
Yeah.
And in the description it says founded.
Really?
Hmm.
And it was taken
Yep.
with a
Yeah.
helicopter. Wow, that
Yeah.
is wild. And
Hmm.
this place can be located with they
The
took
monument, the Mesa Verde, um, I can't remember what the national monument, the national forestry or whatever, Mesa Verde. It's between Mancos and Cortez.
Memphis and Cortez. Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I just want to.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was letting you just get the details.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it was a
that is
big,
wild.
it was a huge pottery. My mom was describing it was a big pottery, and they just took it
Really,
and said it was founded, but
it wasn't. It's been
nope.
there.
Hmm.
So this must have been really recently then, huh?
Hmm. It was when my mom was a
Wow.
kid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not too long ago. That's really
Yep.
recent. I mean, even the history of America, the United States of America, is really recent if you think about it. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
if everybody lived 300 years, this place was like, when they signed that Constitution, it was like, 1776. That's like less than three people
Yeah.
ago. Like literally
Yep.
less than three people ago. It was like
Yeah. So
pretty
it was
wild. Like
very recent.
yeah, it's very recent. It's like really, really recent. I mean,
Yeah.
most people think it's not,
It's
but
not, but it's recent. They think
it is
it's like,
very recent.
oh, back
It was like
like it was in
1,000 years
the old
ago.
days.
This
Like,
wasn't.
no, it was just recent.
We
Like,
just
oh
had
no,
this boom of,
child.
yeah, we just had this boom of technology that just
uh,
surged to like the whole world, and it feels like it's recent because we had technology that boomed so fast that
yeah.
it minimized the past, and everybody think like, oh, they was all
Hmm.
riding horses and buggies, but when they had automobiles, they were still riding horses and buggies too. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, and it's just, and that's the thing is like growing up, my mom taught us to like question everything
Hmm.
and to do our research, and if we're going to be in a debate, learn both sides of the debate,
Hmm.
and it's just
Yeah.
that's just how we were raised. And during the summers, we would have to read.
Oh, really?
That was our summer vacation, was just reading. So the thing is that we had to pick one fiction and one nonfiction, and my mom made us do book reports at the
Really?
end about the book that we read. Yeah, the nonfiction book that we read.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty dope. Yeah.
yeah, so we were kind of a nerdy family.
Oh,
So
that's
we
good.
we find the game of Scrabble fun.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I guess I would be a nerdy family if I Scrabble fun. I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
give me some Uno cards. Oh, that's fun for me.
Oh man, there's this weird game called Bananagrams,
Oh, I heard about
and
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I don't know, I'm kind of like a in the closet nerd. I kind of like I don't really blurt out the facts because I'm just like I just want to keep people like make people keep thinking I'm just kind of just this weirdo doesn't know anything, and um my little sister's ex, we were playing one night, and my sister's like, "Oh, are we using like the Oxford or the Webster?" My mom's like, "Oh, we're just using plain like we'll use the let's look at the Webster." She goes, "Because the Oxford like has Latin in it," and he was sitting there confused. So I just kind of played along, and he's like, "I thought we were just using words." I was like, "Yeah, I thought we were too." So we just kind of laughed about it, but yes, we're kind of nerds here.
Look smart. That's good. That's a good thing. That's
Yeah,
good. I gotta read
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Read and research everything, because
Well, you have to research anymore. Most people come up with their own facts, and that's the truth.
it's crazy. I know they don't even want to like look into it. They just kind of go by hearsay. It's like
Yeah,
really,
right.
like
There's
you're
one
looking at your phone. You can't go to another tablet and
and
look it
look
up.
at yeah.
It's like not gonna take that long.
Of all the things that college taught me, researching was one. Check your sources. It was always one. It was like
Hmm.
It's like always check your sources because there's
Yep.
so much many false information or kind of diluting the truth just a little bit or just kind of mumbling the truth like and anyway, see, this is how we're gonna win. Like kind of style like
Yeah,
that is.
exactly. Exactly. It's
Yes.
just, I don't know. It's just, it's really hard for people to actually take the time out of their day and maybe like, oh, maybe I should look up that topic and see exactly the full meaning. It's like, no, I'm gonna go with what this person say, and they said it right. You're wrong.
Hmm. I
You
like
know, and
them.
it's
I
just
like the way they agree with everything I say. They agree with 99.99% of what I said.
yeah,
So I believe everything they said, even though it could be
exactly,
factually wrong, could prove it wrong.
exactly.
I'm
You're
going off
like,
what they said.
that 1% could be faulty.
Yeah, 1% could be faulty. I don't believe everything. There's one time I didn't agree with him because I always hear it all the time. Every time I have like a conversation with somebody, like, well, there's one time I didn't agree with him. It's like, well, that's only one time.
One time.
One time out of it. So 99.99% of what he says is always, or she says, or whatever, is
Yeah.
always true. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
That's pretty much how we were raised. Question everything.
All right. Yeah.
And the
Good.
teachers hated us for it.
Huh? Time for them to earn that money, earn that paycheck.
Yep. It's like,
Answer those
why?
questions.
Like, but why?
Because I said so.
Okay, but why?
Just because I
One of my
said so.
kids,
Uh,
one of my students, that's his favorite word.
mm,
Why? So today I just like, everything was why. So I kept asking why. Because, like, why? And he's like, because. It's like, but why?
mm.
He's like, I just like juice. I go, why? So everything, every time he questioned me, I did the same for him, and he just like kept saying, "Well, I just like it, Angel." Like, why? It's good. So yeah, that's one of his favorite words is
Why?
why.
Why?
Why? Yeah, I'm just like, oh. I talked to his mom about it. She's like, yeah, he says that all the time. Why?
Why? Why does he say it all the time? I don't know why.
Why? Yeah, so
Oh, that's great. Sounds
yeah.
like awesome. Sounds like he's gonna be. Sounds like he's getting ready to question everything. You raising him right.
Oh my gosh,
We're
he's
teaching him
just
right.
like, why? I'm just like,
Right.
why what? I'm like, there was no why to that. Just do it.
Right.
I'm like, clean up. Like, all right, let's clean up the toys. Why? I'm like, because we can eat. Why? I'm like, you need to eat. Let's just clean up the toys.
Right.
Yeah, it's a smart kid. Smart kid.
Right. I can tell he's always asking questions, questioning everything, like you said.
Yeah. What are you doing, Angel? It's like, oh, I'm just cutting this paper into snowflakes. Why? Looks like I can put on the bulletin board. Why? I was like, because Snoopy needs snowflakes, okay?
So
Yeah.
it's like he's trying to
Everything
figure out
is
the
why.
deeper meaning about human existence.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like sitting there like, this kid is like,
Should
he's
give him a
asking
philosophical
things,
answer one day.
right? He's gonna be like, why?
What? All right. Exactly that. Give him another one. We'll say why that one too.
I'm just gonna be like, what did I get myself into?
Right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So it's really sound like you really love teaching, which is great.
I
Uh,
love it. I
uh,
have fun. I have fun with it.
all right.
Yeah, we do we
That's
have glitter parties every now and then. So
glitter parties.
glitter parties
Uh,
where we just like, I have paper for them. We put glue all over the paper and throw glitter on it, and then there's glitter on the floor. There's glitter on their clothes, all in my hair, and just glitter everywhere. And I'm just like, okay, okay, we'll do that.
Oh, that's great.
So we have
That's
glitter parties. I love it. They love it. I can tell they love it because they just like, they're quiet and they're just
awesome.
like having fun with it. So
Okay.
um,
So did you grow up on the reservation, or did you?
I lived there when I was a kid until about 4 years old, and then we moved to Albuquerque for like a year. My grandma wanted us closer, so my mom was like, "Okay, well, we're going to Farmington. That's as close as we'll get." I went home. I went back to my grandma's every winter break, spring break, summer break, every weekend. So yeah, I was pretty much home. So
Okay.
we were there a lot, a
How was
lot.
that like? How was it
It was
like living?
fun.
Well, that's
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, it was so much fun. Like we, because we live near a canyon,
Hmm.
and it was just walking distance. So we just go down there as kids and just play around, throw the rocks over the cliff, and climb up the rocks and just like have fun. And my grandpa used to have baseball bats and baseballs, so we used to hit a few balls there. And they had horses, so we used to go horseback riding every now and then. So it was fun. I had so much fun. And then when I turned 11, my grandma forced me to learn how to cook. So I had to stop playing with the boys and learn how to cook. So, yeah,
All
I
right.
had fun. I had so much fun. It was like I played with my cousins there, and we used to, when it was rain, we used to make mud pies and throw it at each other, and then we used to we used to grab the tadpoles and throw it against the rocks and hear them
What?
pop. Yeah.
Oh.
Me and my sister used to do that. So my mom was like, "You guys are so mean. If you guys ever have kids, your kids are gonna grow up. They're gonna be mean." I'm like, but we still do it again.
Right.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We used to ride our bikes around the rocks and make like little makeshift jumps.
Mm.
So, and then my grandpa bought a 4-wheeler. We learned how to drive that. We were going all over the place with that. We were going to places that would take us a full day to walk to.
Really?
Yeah, and we used to take the 4-wheeler there and make it there in like half the time, like less time,
Right.
and just spend more time out. Yeah,
Just having fun, huh? Yeah.
just having
So,
fun and living off the grid, pretty much.
all right. So you like
Yeah.
feel like there's like a little sense of more freedom out there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so much fun. It's even now going back home, I just feel like more relaxed and
Mm-hmm.
like I just want to be a kid again, and just play around. But it's always a family function. I'm always the one cooking or helping doing something. So
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
What's your tradition, Millie? Like what can you cook like that's amazing? I think we just done.
Ooh, I can do pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Everything and anything. I can make tortillas. I can make fry bread. I can butcher a sheep.
But you're a sheep.
Yeah,
Like
I was like everything, skinning it, separating the food, all of it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. So, but you all right. so so better when those are like previously alive, like cooking it wise.
yeah.
Okay, so like frozen sheep is not as good as fresh sheep. Is what pretty much what I'm
Oh,
getting at.
fresh sheep is always the best.
Yeah.
And we cook everything.
Yeah.
So it's
The whole entire sheep.
a whole entire sheep.
Man,
Yep.
for
I
real, the
know.
brain too.
Yeah.
And some,
Yeah.
I never had brain. What's brain taste like? I heard people talk about it all the time.
That I haven't tried yet. That I haven't
Oh,
tried yet.
okay.
Yeah.
The eyeballs too.
I've tried the eyeballs before.
Uh,
It doesn't
okay.
really have the eyeballs don't really have a taste.
Uh,
Yeah, the eyeballs don't really have a taste.
These eyeballs. Uh, what about the hooves? You guys don't eat the hooves, right?
Oh no, we don't eat the feet. We don't eat the feet. We don't eat the feet.
Okay. All right. I said, does that taste like pig feet?
Oh my gosh. Ew.
Well,
I tried pig
ew.
feet. I tried pig feet
What?
one time. I tried pig feet one time. I was not a fan of it.
Wait. You say ew, pig feet, but you was okay eating some eyeballs. Now hold up now. Wait a minute. I like pig feet.
I tried it one time.
It wasn't
I
good
tried it
enough, huh?
one time. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I don't know.
What about some chitlins?
Chitlins. I haven't tried chitlins in a while since the first time I tried it I was at one of my friend's house. I was a kid. It was pretty good. I
Okay,
remember
all
it was
right,
pretty good. It was
all
pretty
right,
good. I remember trying it like once at my friend's house. I was a
all right.
kid, so I haven't revisited that part of my taste palette yet. So
That's how that's how that's how that's how pig feet's supposed to taste. You gotta have nice, clean, fresh to kill pig.
yeah.
Just have some
Distinct
vinegar.
memory. Yeah, but
That's what's up.
I don't know. I'm pretty much I eat anything.
Uh,
I'm a fat girl. I eat anything. So
uh,
not
like
really. I'm not a. What's up?
you said, by anything. What do you mean by anything? Like,
I'm not really a picky eater.
okay,
Yeah, so I'm pretty much open to anything. Like I said, I'm not really a picky eater. We grew up trying a lot of different foods.
yeah. What was the strangest food that you ate that you realized it's actually pretty
Ooh,
tasty?
I wasn't supposed to eat it
Uh,
because traditionally I'm not supposed to eat it like with my culture and everything, but it would have to be like octopus.
octopus?
Yeah. Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys go to like a Japanese restaurant or something, or
Yeah.
okay?
It was in Albuquerque, one of the buffet places, and we went with my uncle and his wife. And I remember she's like, Angel, try this. She was, it tastes like chicken. So I tried it and it did. I was like, oh, this does taste like chicken. I was like eating it away and I was like, what is it? She's like, oh, it's like octopus. Tell my mom, was like, she's like, you're not supposed to be eating that. I'm like, oh. I was like, well, it tastes like chicken, so
It was chicken. It was chicken, Mom. I'm
it
telling
was
you, it was chicken.
chicken.
It
This chicken was
tasted
like
like chicken,
A1.
right? It had a little. It was a little deformed chicken that swam in the sea. It was.
Pretty much.
Get scared, shoot ink at you. It's all good. Trust me, it's just chicken.
Yeah.
Well, so you permitted to eat octopus, or was it part of the tradition not to eat octopus?
It's mainly because like they're water creatures.
Oh, okay.
So the octopus is pretty much like the spider of the ocean.
Oh, 8 legs, 8 legs. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah, it adds
you're not supposed
up.
to eat that, but I don't know. There's like a lot of things that um in our culture that we do that we can't like. There's a lot of can and can't do's, and most of the time it's like, well, why can't you do that? You just can't. So it's like, okay.
Where are some of those, if you don't mind? Like, what are some of the dues you can do?
I know that like recently there was a eclipse,
Hmm,
like a lunar eclipse that happened. We're not supposed to watch it.
okay.
Yeah, because that's pretty much like the sun and the moon's intimate time. Yeah,
So the moon getting down. Okay,
pretty
I respect
much.
it. I can respect
And
it.
yeah, if you look at it, like you can develop like health issues or become blind, or you can become pretty much like infertile, or just like have just a bunch of like it's just pretty much with like the Navajo culture is just about respect.
All right, and we're back. So we're gonna get into the do's and don'ts of what can you do, what can't you do. So we got to the intimate session with the eclipse. It seemed like the universe, as you were saying earlier, was telling us we can't talk about that. So we're gonna press forward and go to the next dude. They shut us down quick on that one. Don't talk about
Yeah.
the eclipse over here.
Pretty much.
All right. So what's the couple of can'ts you can't do?
Pretty much you just like you're supposed to stay quiet during that time. And originally, like in the like back then, they would have hosts like they would like sing and pray during that time. You know, because like it's a rebirth. You know, it's supposed to be like a new start or something. You know, it's like a rebirth. But now it's you don't do anything. You can't eat, drink anything, go to the bathroom. You just gotta like be quiet. Just kind of um, just kind of just let it happen, you know, because that's kind of basically like the like like I said, like a new beginning, you know. So it's just pretty much out of respect. Um, that's pretty much like how the whole um, culture is about. Like the Navajo traditions is pretty much about like respect, having respect for nature, for yourself, for everyone. You know, it's just all balance and living in harmony, pretty much like peace.
Okay. All right. So what you're saying is that the Buddhists stole your guys' idea and took it over there to China. I got you.
Ah. I see what you did there. We're like the original hippies. I told my grandma that one time. I was like, Grandma, we're like the original hippies. She's like, what? We shower. I was like, no.
There's clean ones. Okay. Those
Yeah.
not...
I'm like, no. Like, you know how hippies live off of like peace, love, and just like respect and just being one with nature and harmony. Well, that's kind of how we are. And my grandma was like, but we shower. I was like, yeah, we shower, Grandma.
we shower.
I'm like, I go, there was a point where I refused to brush my hair, so like I still kind of get like that sometimes, but like I brush my hair. I brush my hairs for the record.
Brush my hair. And I shower too. So
And I shower too, so
oh, for sure. What about some others do's and can'ts?
um let's see, like there's I don't know, there's like a like where do I start? It's like
From the beginning.
from the beginning, yeah, okay. You got like a year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's like, do you have a year to spare? No, it's just like you know how with some Mexicans owls are like bad luck. You know, it's like that with Navajos too. Owls and coyotes are basically like messengers.
Oh, okay.
You know, like they like for bad like something bad's gonna happen or um something's being sent your way or whatnot. So usually when that happens, like with the coyote, when they cross your path, like you're supposed to, if you're driving or anything, you're supposed to stop and just like wait for someone else to cross it, and like it breaks that line or whatever, and then you can just keep going.
Is that what happened to me?
Oh watch.
Wait, what? Not legit happened. I was like, what? Is that really what happened? It's like hitting the shiprock and that happened. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
That- so I got the bad luck. I didn't know
No,
this.
you did.
I
It's
got
the
the
worst.
smoke. I was going to, oh, that's cold. This could have warned me. Flash the lights. Like, no, coyote ahead. All right.
You're like, oh, thank you, thank you.
Right? For real. I was like, I'll take you. Something happened. I'm like, oh, why did they stop? But it turns out that's what happened. Okay.
You go and find that car. You're like, I need you to take that back.
Yeah. I remember your number two for Q. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, it's just like a whole thing of like I said, it's just all about like respect, and
Mm.
there's like certain things you can't talk about, or you can't like you don't ask questions on. It's just like, well, why not? Like, just because it's like, okay, fine. You
That's
know.
what's up. Kind of sound like church a little bit.
Kind of, kind of.
Like going to church. Why? Don't ask questions. He's all mine. Okay, all right. Sweet.
Yeah.
So can I hang out with prostitutes? No, you can't. All right then. Okay.
You're like, why? You just can't.
Just can't. But Jesus did. But well, you can't. Okay. All right.
I know my grandma. We were talking about something, and oh, my sister's shirt had a um like the old school devil drawing on it.
Oh
So
really?
it
Okay.
says dancing or something, like he was dancing. And my grandma saw it. My grandma was about ready to lecture her. This and that. She goes, he was a nasty man. This and that. I go, but grandma, I go, he was the most beautiful angel. She's like, but he had prostitutes. And my uncle's like, so did Jesus.
He did. He did.
And we were just saying that. We were just going back and forth. And my grandma was like, it's a yucky shirt. She goes, what do you? She goes, do you like worship Satan? I was like, actually, it's like Satanic Bible actually is a little more respectful than the Bible. My grandma was like, did you read it? I was like, no. She's like, no, I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, so we're just like going back and forth. My grandma, she's like, well, he's an ugly man. I was like, nope, the devil is beautiful man.
Right.
It's like that's how the Bible says he was the most beautiful angel God created. So,
Right. Even Mike had to do double take. What?
yeah.
That's how you gonna do me? That's what Michael's like. I'll do it gladly. I'll take him out. Make him look better than me.
He's like, you gotta tell me twice.
Tell me twice. He's over here. He's taking all the chicks from us. I go.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
Oh no.
Right? I was kidding. No, we're all created from his image, right? So when I'm laughing at, he's laughing at too. So that was the same. So he gave me the sense of humor. So
Yeah.
I didn't say that. He said that. So all right.
Start pointing fingers. Oh
Right.
no.
I wish I could tell pearly gates. That's what I'm telling too. When I seen Peter, I'm like, yeah. Well, this is what happened. Okay, so I didn't create me.
Use the classic line of, but what had happened was.
What happened was, okay, so, I thought this was his thoughts. He was speaking through me.
Like, you're gonna laugh, I'm gonna laugh. We're just gonna laugh about this
It's going to be a
later.
good time. Exactly. We're going to review the live. We're going to have a good time. Get some popcorn. You guys got popcorn up here or just cotton candy? That's a cloud. Oh, okay. All right. Tastes like cotton candy.
It's getting kind of hot in here.
I know, all right. Oh yeah, all right. So anything I just said I did not mean. This is all fun and games. This is a joke. I had a brief moment. I looked at the eclipse earlier, the coyote. You guys already know. So
You like psych?
That's what's up. So there's a couple of dudes that are outside the norm.
really. You just kind of live everyday life
Okay.
respectfully and just respect everyone.
All right.
Not a lot of people live by that. It's
All right.
just given, just take and take. They don't give.
Mm.
So
That's,
that's why I said like I was raised on greeting people with open arms and love and just being that happy person.
right.
Sometimes it bites me in the ass, but I'm like, at least I was happy to them, so that was nice. There are times where I'm just like, Mom, I'm gonna flip this ghetto switch here in like 0.5 seconds.
Ghetto switch. Oh, dang.
So it's just like, I don't know. I'm pretty peaceful. I'm pretty chill. It takes a lot to push my button, so yeah.
So what about the how they say the Hopi? Like
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know about the Hopi. I'm just Navajo and Ute, so
yeah. That's what I was wondering though,
yeah.
because you mentioned about hippies. Like I was reading some of their stuff before, and like they like
Hippies.
talk to they talk the first original hippies. Like what?
It's the Navajos. I'm Navajo and Ute, Northern Ute. So my Ute side's from Fort Defiance up in Utah.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
northern, yeah. Okay. Well, I heard the Hopis are up north too. So that you can tell them. I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to get to that cave they were talking about, because 2020 is 2021 just around the corner, and they said some shit's about to go down. So so I was trying to get to that cave they was talking about. I was hoping you got the inside connect or whatnot. So
Unfortunately, not. I'm sorry. Can't help you there.
yeah, I wish I could get to that hollow earth. But all right. For sure. All right. So Navajo and Northern Ute. Okay.
Yeah.
So was that where you were like from? Like originally Utah?
Yeah, originally from Utah.
Okay.
Basically, it's like from Mexican water, Utah, Arizona state line.
Hmm.
So like when you're pretty much it's when you're going to like K, where like where Kayenta is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, when you're going towards Kayenta through Shiprock and whatnot, there's a before you go down that dip to go to the trading post in Mexican water,
Yeah.
there's a turnoff to Utah and
Okay.
up that road and towards the canyon.
So that real tourist canyon.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
where where I'm from,
Right.
beautiful place.
Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Not just saying that because it's home, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's what's up, though. Yeah. And even if it wasn't home, still, I bet it'd still be beautiful.
yeah, it is still beautiful.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
I used to work for a furniture company, and they used to be able to deliver all the way out to Kanta.
Mm.
And sometimes when we'd have time to spare, I'm like, hey, let's go stop by grandma's. So we would always stop by my grandma's and um, bathroom break, and she'd make us something to eat, and we'd be on our way.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so,
right.
yeah, it was a nice pit stop, and then they stopped
Uh,
delivering out that way, and I'm like, dang, I'm
dang.
not gonna see grandma as much anymore.
All right. Can't have these long deliveries anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't just say dibs. Oh, I call dibs and going to Kanta.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So, is there? I know you say. I won't bring that up. Never mind.
Mm-mm. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, Kyle wants to. I kind of want to get talk about the political things. I heard you're very opinionated
Mm-mm.
about it, but you
Nope.
said no. So we're
No,
going to
thank
press forward.
you.
Maybe on the next podcast episode we'll get
Like,
you on.
excuse me, what mom? I think my mom called me.
for sure, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I think probably was going to end this one here. Um, is there any shout outs? Anybody you want to say hi to?
Um, I don't know. It's like, hey everyone. Yeah,
Say hi
thanks
to
for
your Twitter fans or anything like that.
yeah. Oh my gosh, my Twitter fans. So I'm in this group chat, and one of them was like, "What's it like to be Twitter famous, Angel?" I was like, what does that mean? They're like, everyone knows who you are. I'm like, I just tweet stuff, whatever's on my mind, and then people react.
All right.
I guess some people react to out of pocket things more than other things. So
Well, all right. Before we end this, what was the most out of pocket thing that you said on Twitter? People like got the most. Like, oh, this is awesome.
so one morning, it was about let me see, it was about like 9 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
and I was like, I said roses are red, and violets are twisted. Bend over, you're gonna get fisted.
Yay! Wow!
And then I
Wow!
tweeted,
Okay, yeah. We're fisted
so
in a video game. You two fisted in a video game. So let's go.
yeah, so shout
Yeah.
out to all of EDM Twitter, and they know my handle. It's Soy tu papi puta, and
What? That's your handle?
my handle Soy tu
Oh
papi
my
puta. Don't
goodness.
follow me. Don't follow me because you're mixed
Oh.
up.
Oh my goodness. So, right, we'll put your Twitter up. We'll put your Twitter up on the on the description so you get some more followers. All right. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yep. So yeah, shout out to my they're the Sunshine Baddies, aka the Horny Avengers, and my Chamber of Secrets fam, my Hydrated Hose fam, and my Glizzy Headbangers fam. So
Okay, so at the end of this podcast,
and
we figured out you guys are some freaks, but then they get freaky. Not freaks in a bad way, just freaky. Okay, that's one by freak. So make sure that's
hey,
clarified.
we're open about it. You know,
Yep.
it's like this morning, one of our friends, she's like, how normalize being horny 25/8 366 days a year. And this girl retweets it, and she goes, how about we don't? And then everyone was like, but it is. So that's where we're like, horny Avengers unite. So we're just, yeah.
I respect it. I respect it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but all
So
about that was say like you said hippie, all peace, love, and happiness. So that's
peace,
all.
love, and happiness.
Right.
Pretty much that.
For sure.
You know,
All right.
yeah.
Sweet. Any more shout outs you want to give?
Um, my best friend Betty, I love you. I know she's gonna bug me about this, so I
Okay.
was telling
All
her
right.
about it. I was giving her a bit of insights, but yeah. Oh, and then my sexy potatoes on Twitter too. So
All right. On that note, thank you for joining us. I appreciate all of you guys, and you guys all have a good one. I highly appreciate it. All right. Bye bye.
bye.